today's Tuesday. Welcome to Euro Pocket News. In today's news, we'll talk about Putin, Galileo, and Okius. So let's go. Have you heard what Putin has been saying about us Europeans? That we're dividing into two classes. He spent most of last week's summit, which was a bit of a flop, putting us down, and in fact trying to divide us. He blamed Poland for the ongoing meat ban, had a go at Estonian police, and rebuffed almost all of Merkel's comments. But why should we listen to him? Although he just happens to head one of the most powerful countries in Europe, for starters, human rights in Russia don't exist, nor freedom of speech. Journalists are treated like dirt, and people are imprisoned without fair trial. So the President of the European Commission stood up for our solidarity and ensured that democracy and the rule of the law are sacred principles for us. So the long-anticipated meeting has brought little good news and means that an EU-Russian treaty looks very unlikely. The only good thing is from the 1st of June, Europeans and Russians will benefit from a new, simple visa system. Student grants are usually pretty complicated to get your hands on and take a lot of bureaucracy before we actually see the money. However, if you apply for them in time, they're definitely worth it, especially when they take you to another country. Like the latest aims of the Bologna process intend to do. European education ministers agreed in London last week on a university grant that would accommodate our studies in 46 countries. So not just within the 27 member states like the Erasmus grant, but all over the world. The UK's Education Secretary Alan Johnson reckons that more time and money must be spent on our mobility while in education. A message that our Erasmus Student Network friends are also spreading on their current trip around Europe on the Erasmus van. It's been a while, so let's see how they're getting on in Serbia and Zagreb.
Hello, good morning. This is the Erasmus crew, a new Erasmus crew. Eva was too tired and Martin was too tired after 1 week of Erasmus van. Here we are. We are here with Nicolina, with Istok, which is filming, with Manuel from Italy, from Bologna, and this is Davide talking. Stay with us.
The thing is that here in Serbia, students don't have the opportunity to use Erasmus program because Erasmus program comes with the integration to European Union. So it is a birthday party for Erasmus, but here it is a hope for that someday our students will have the opportunity to go on exchange programs.
Good morning. Which is not the case to me actually.
Ciao.
The European Commission seems to be going through a rough patch. They have confessed that they won't be able to reach the targets of the Galileo satellite communication system by 2012 because they just don't have enough cash. So they're asking me and you to fish out the funds. Okay, Europe does need a sophisticated satellite radio navigation system to improve border control, transport logistics, financial operations, and to keep an eye on critical energy and communication infrastructure. But will we, the EU taxpayers, really have to pay an extra $3.2 billion? How do we know if it'll be worthwhile? Because currently the ambitious project is 1 year behind schedule, and China and Russia will probably beat us with their own. School's nearly out for the summer, but before there's the dreaded exams to get through, and in most cases, uni projects to finish up. Well, why not get more out of your hours of hard work and enter your project into the UN's latest competition? If it fulfills the criteria, if it's creative, has an impact, and deals with either management or economics. The winners of the Okius Award to student entrepreneurs in higher education will be granted €1,000 as well as an invitation to further their studies at the Okius Winter School. Entries must be in by the 30th of September. More information online. And finally, the job of the undertaker has hardly altered in the last 100 years. One of the only changes was when businessmen invented salt urns so that they wouldn't contaminate. But they did this with economical interests, not ecological. Because the thing is, we all contaminate, not only when we live, but also when we die, regardless of whether or not we are buried or cremated. So the European Union has taken up the theme to make sure that we don't contaminate as much when we die, and are looking for alternatives. I wonder what lucky MEPs are involved in that debate. Well, that's all for today. I'll be back tomorrow with lots more Europocket news. Bye!